Hey everybody, welcome back to the show. It's Kelsey Aida, your co-host here, and as always, I'm with my lovely co-host, Miss Lindsay Robinson. And today we wanted to do something a little bit different. We don't have a guest, it's just going to be us hanging out. And we kind of wanted to touch on, like, we know that you guys love when we get like personal about our lives and like talk about stuff on air. So we were thinking we would do an episode where we just kind of reflect and chit chat about like what we're personally working on, working through some of our personal wins lately, some of our personal practices that we're really into, mostly so you guys can know that we're also human and we're not perfect at anything. And honestly, like the reason why we're such good teachers of self-help is because we've needed it so bad at certain points in our life. So I just want you guys to know that like we're so human. We don't have it all figured out. We're going through stuff just like you guys. And that's why we're really passionate about it, because it helps us. And whenever we find stuff that helps us, we're like, oh my God, must share. Like there's no point in just me feeling good when more people could also be helped by this information. So hence why we started the podcast, obviously, hence our life's work as Lindsay being a hypnotherapist, me teaching people how to manifest their desires and work through their emotions and love themselves more and yada yada. So we're here doing that. But first we wanted to give a shout out to some of our Patreons. So our Patreons are really awesome. Anyone who's on our Patreon gets special goodies. They get special, well, right now they're getting a shout out, but also like each week we post extended episodes on there. So if you're like, I want more high vibe in it, then go to patreon.com/high vibe. But we just wanted to give a shout out to Heather, Katie, Morgan, and
Mark and Kelsey, Alicia, and Ava. So this is one
yeah.
of the benefits of one of our tiers. You get a shout out on the show. So if you want a shout out, go to patreon.com/highvibe and become part of our fam.
We just added a new tier, so you can support the show for $3.33 a month and get a lot of the goodies. So yeah. Anyway, we just want to give a shout out to you guys. Thanks for being our Patreons. All the money goes directly to help support the show, cover costs, stuff like that. So you guys are amazing. And we love you. So yeah, let's dive in. Lindsay, what are you working on these days? What's going on in your world?
So let me move my mic closer. So I have just, honestly, I'm kind of not necessarily in survival mode completely, but I've definitely felt like let's just get through this day, and tomorrow we'll just get through the day and try to find as much joy and squeeze as much little happy moments out of it as possible. And don't get me wrong, there's nothing like going on except for what's going on for everyone else as well, with the quarantine and the pandemic and the wearing of the masks and being safe and extra safe and staying, so we've, of course, no school. I've been trying to homeschool my kids and still keep up with everything else. So that's been a little bit of a challenge. But honestly, the most important priority for me these days is just finding time to be myself, which means not be mom, not be wife, not be teacher, not be hypnotherapist, not be even, that support from even my closest family and friends, and just kind of take a deep breath, come back to my center, and just like be myself, just be me without any expectation, without any like responsibility. Even if it's just for like 5 minutes a day, that has become like treasured time for me. I'm sure you can relate, Kelsey. Even someone who doesn't have kids, or somebody who isn't married, or somebody who doesn't have all of these extra things, it's important to remember you don't have to be everything for everyone all the time.
Yeah, I really liked what you said about kind of zooming in your life focus and not thinking too far ahead and just taking it day by day, because I feel like this is like a really invaluable practice for really stressful times like this, when we don't know what's on the other side. We don't have a lot of information to make clear choices. So it's really just like, okay, how can I just get through the next 5 minutes? How can I get through the next hour? How can I get through the next day? And not push yourself too far into the future when everything is so rocky still and there's not a lot of clarity. So, I mean, just you saying that brought me like a sense of calm. I was like, man, I need to do that more. Because I'm always like a future, like anxiety, think big, hold yourself to these huge expectations, create these amazing dreams. And like, that's served me well, obviously, from one perspective, but from another, if I go too far in that direction, it can definitely start to wear me down and make me more worried than I need to be.
Absolutely. And that, yes, it's like the perfect recipe for spiraling, isn't it? And like
Totally.
spiraling down into those low vibrations where you don't want to be. So yeah, it's definitely important. It's something we forget to do all the time. Like I've even had in the past to put an alarm on my phone to just like stop and breathe and like remember to come back to myself, and just do something that does not involve any effort whatsoever. And for everyone it's different, but if you can find just a way to turn your brain off sometimes, which is just switch off, in a safe way, of course, then I think that it's so valuable. And just find the lighthearted moments, find some. My son, I put on my Insta stories last night that, did you watch my Insta story last night with my son?
Did I don't think I saw it.
Probably. Oh, you know what? Probably not, because I put it on my Snapchat and my other one. But anyway, he wanted me for the longest time to buy these chocolate covered crickets, worms. He would not be quiet about it. Mom, can you get me chocolate? And he's 8, okay? And he saw it on some YouTube video where this family was eating these chocolate covered insects.
That's funny.
And I was like, you are not going to eat. I was thinking this. I didn't want to like discourage him, but I was like, I don't think he's really going to eat these. I think he thinks it's great, but the second he gets it in front of him, he's not going to do it. But I bought them because what else are we going to do with our time? I bought them, and he every day, Mom, are they here yet? Are they shipping? Is it, it's like, buddy, they're going to be here in a few days. Just wait. Okay. So I am obsessed with this footage. I've rewatched this video like many, many times of him like holding the worm, looking at the worm, ready to put it in his mouth, put it on his tongue, and then he like does that, like it's a bug. I'm like, yeah, it's a bug. I don't know why you wanted me to do this in the first place. So he finally eats the worm, and he was so proud of himself. And then I was impressed. I was like, wow, good job, buddy. Me and my 4-year-old were like, nope, 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 nope. Can't make me do it. I'm not doing it. And so he took a cricket, which is bigger, and then he's like, I'm going to eat this cricket. I was like, okay, eat the cricket. And he broke off a piece, and I go, what is this? What are you doing? And he's like, this is just the chocolate part. It's just the chocolate. I was like, are you actually eating? He's like, no, it's just chocolate. And he's chewing it. And then he gets this look on his face, and he's like, nope, that was cricket. That was a cricket leg. And I laughed so hard. I have not laughed that hard. I've rewatched this video so many times. I have never laughed this hard. In recent memory, it's the hardest I've laughed in a long time. And so amazing. I showed my husband, who, cracked up just as much as me, because he just was like so mad at himself for eating part of the cricket when he wasn't ready. This was cricket. Anyway, so all of that to say, eat some cricket.
More importantly,
get some chocolate covered
insects. Crickets?
I didn't eat anything. No. And I told him when he wanted these things out, he goes, and you have to do it with me. I was like, if I buy these, you have to swear to me you're not going to try to get me to eat one of these. I will not do it. It's just not a priority in my life. And it's just something that I don't want to do. I don't know. Would you ever eat chocolate covered insects?
Nah.
He finally ate the whole cricket when my husband ate it. He got
I'm already
some courage.
picky enough. Like,
that's true.
We don't need to make it more complicated and throw insects into the mix here.
I kind of tried to use it as leverage for my 4-year-old to eat his peas at dinner last night. I was like, at least it's not a chocolate covered cricket. These are just peas. And I got him to eat like 2 bites, but that was it. Do you eat peas? Please tell me you eat peas, Kelsey.
I eat edamame. Does that count?
I don't think it counts.
Green beans, does that count?
Green beans is, I think, probably more rich in vitamins. Maybe. I don't know. I have no science to back that up, but I feel like it's probably pretty healthy.
Shit up here.
I'm just making stuff up. But I disclaim it that I probably have no idea what I'm talking about. Yeah, so that was really fun last night. And I think it's so important to just buy some chocolate covered insects and have some fun with people. Or whatever way that translates to you, because we need all the fun and all the laughter we can get right now, and we talked about this, I believe, on a couple shows ago.
We talked about this with Sarah Small, because I posted that video on my Instagram about not depriving yourself of joy, even though these times are like heavy.
Yes.
And then she like commented on it.
Yeah. Which is what I was getting at, is like, you can be you can hold space and have empathy and compassion for the people who are truly suffering in this world, and also find the moments in your day that bring you joy, and tell yourself and know that it's okay and it's safe to be happy at the same time that you're feeling and being empathetic towards people as well. It's so important. Somebody's calling you.
My
It's so
boyfriend. Don't call me when I'm on air.
It's so important for us to know that we can be multiple things at once, and that all of those things are okay. You don't have to just be sad for the things that are happening in the world. You can also, feel comfortable and safe, and know that you deserve to be happy as well, even though things are happening that are out of our control. I think that's when it's even more important to find those happy moments.
Yeah, and even if you are someone who is suffering, like you're allowed to suffer, but also like take breaks from suffering and like
Yeah,
have
man.
fun and go outside and get some fresh air and dance around and do a puzzle and just like find little ways, like those little moments, like how Lindsay said, it doesn't have to be a big thing like, oh, I should be happy all the time right now. Like, no, times are stressful and scary. Like you're allowed to be
Well,
scared and
yeah.
stressed and
I
worried.
should be happy, or the flip side, I should be upset all the time. I should be sad. I should
Right.
be more depressed. I should
Right.
be scared. Yeah, man, please don't give in to any of that.
Never
Nobody in
shit
this
on
universe,
yourself, like I
never,
always
never
say.
should on yourself.
Don't
Yeah.
shit on yourself.
Nobody who loves and supports you in this universe would ever want you or give you any kind of benefit from being upset all the time. Like, it just doesn't exist. We put that on ourselves, right? And so, it's okay not to. And the quickest way, I think, to turn any mood around, or at least start to find those higher vibrations, put your dang skin, some part of your skin, in the sun.
Oh,
Just put
seriously.
a few inches of your skin in the sunshine will come, especially on your face, will completely just immediately bring in those vibes, as well as a healthy dose of vitamin D.
Word.
And that is actual science.
Totally.
The sun is very powerful.
The sun like changes my whole entire emotional state.
Completely, yeah.
Like when I have a day with sunshine, I'm just like, nothing's wrong. Everything's going to be great. I feel amazing. I'm so hopeful and optimistic and energized and happy. And then when there's no sun, I'm just like, meh.
Seasonal affective disorder is a real thing.
It's legit, guys.
We're designed,
don't underestimate it.
We're designed to have sun on our face and earth on our feet. So if you have a backyard or some spot of earth that you can, like, what is it called? Earthing? I think it's actually like a thing.
Yeah, you walk barefoot on the earth.
You walk barefoot on the earth, and it's supposed to like remagnetize you, or like give you those, what is it called? I don't know what it's called. Electrons, something. Look it up, guys. Just Google earthing. It's
science.
Really good for
Lindsay's
you.
so scientific today.
I'm such a scientist. But if you don't have a space that you can like go outside necessarily right now, just find a window that the sun shines in sometimes. Or even if you don't have that, like if it's off season and the sun's never out, they have sun lamps, like actual vitamin D.
They're called sad lamps for seasonal affective
disorder. Are they really?
Which is like ironic because they're supposed to make you not sad. But yeah, I have one. It works really good. It's not anything compared to like the real sun, but it's better than nothing.
I thought you mentioned that you had one before. And I actually looked into getting one when I lived in Michigan, because it's like no sun when it's winter and fall. And you're in Ohio, so yeah, same deal. But the sun is very, very important, very powerful. Find a book that you love to read, music. I mean, I feel like we've had an episode about this before, but it bears repeating. Everybody in the world has something that brings them joy and something that makes them happy. Just dance, move your body. Kelsey's big on, kinesthetics and moving the body and making sure that those endorphins get from the brain to the brain.
Well, like even today, I was like in a funk since yesterday. And then at one point I was just like, fuck this, man. Like, I'm ready to move on. Like, let's get into a new state. And so I just turned on like one of my favorite songs and just started bouncing around like a crazy person. And probably my neighbors across the street are just like spying on me because we're all just here bored in quarantine. We can like all see into each other's like little apartments, which is hilarious because we all have like a lot of windows. But I was just like dancing around, fist pumping, like waving my hair, like acting like a psycho. And it felt so good.
Truly,
and then afterwards I was like buzzing.
Well, honestly though, you probably helped them more than you know, because if I saw that across the street, I would have probably been like, dang, look at her. I should do that. I should do something like that. because everyone's been told, we've all heard before, dance like no one's watching, because it releases those chemicals that, bring in those good vibes, those good feelings. And so if I saw somebody doing that, I'd be like, good for you. It's like when I see like an older person, like I saw in LA when I lived in LA, he must have been like 92 on roller skates, just
Nice.
roller skating his butt off. And I was like, oh my gosh, this man is my spirit animal. I love him so much, because it inspired me. Like, what excuse do I have? Like, why am I not roller skating like no one's watching either? Yeah, moving your body is very important.
Yeah, I just had this like urge. I was like, I need to shake this out. Like I felt
Yeah.
like energy was like really stagnant in my body. So I was like shaking my hands and shaking my whole body and then just jumping. And then I was like sweating and I was like, yes, it's coming out. We're moving through it.
Actually, even you just talking about it inspires me to like put something on my phone, because everything's on my phone these days, to like remind myself. That should be the first thing I do in the morning, because I used to do that in the morning. I would like just move my body and shake out all
Gives
the
you so
tiredness,
much energy.
get the blood flowing. Yeah, so that's definitely something I should start doing. Thank you, Kelsey, for
Yeah,
inspiring
girl,
me.
got your back.
Hopefully she's inspired some of you as well.
I should have put a video on my Instagram story, but it's so hard because the music plays from my phone onto my speaker, and then I can't like film it and play the music. So then I never post it. I'm like, man, people are really missing out. This is a sight to see.
You know what you could do though?
No.
Do you have I mean, you might not have Alexa. Do you have an Alexa dot
Nah.
or whatever? Do you have a TV that accesses like music somehow? Or
True. I do
put
have
it on your
Spotify on my
TV.
TV. Girl,
Yeah.
you're so smart. Yes.
Put it on your TV, and then you can post it in your stories and be like, guys, here's your daily reminder to move that ass.
Shake your booty.
Shake what your mama gave you. Feel good.
Yeah, what else has been going on these days? I mean, it's been crazy because I know like your life has changed a lot because you have kids, but me in quarantine, my life has changed a lot because I work part-time as a cosmetologist.
Yeah.
Like I'm a hairstylist by trade. So for the last 2 months, I haven't been able to work at the salon, do any haircuts, not even at home. The governor made it like illegal to like do anything at your house. Like, so I've just been resting and working on blog stuff. And I actually wrote a new book. So that was exciting.
Yes, you did.
I wrote my second book and just pumped it right out. Just kind of flowed through me. Speaking of happiness, actually, this is like perfect segue into the book. It's called Affirmations for Happiness, and the publisher sent me the cover, and it's so cute. It's like yellow, and basically it has 200 positive affirmations for creating a more joyful mindset every day. And I really wanted it to be like happy, but not so overly happy that it's like annoying and unrelatable, where every single affirmation is about like happiness. So there's definitely some affirmations in there, like it's okay to feel however I feel, like I'll feel happy when I'm ready, like it can always come back to my happiness at any time. So hopefully I did a really great job of like keeping it real, but also keeping it uplifting, because that was kind of like my goal with the book.
And one thing I'm noticing, like I want this episode to be about more than just the quarantine and the pandemic, but we can't deny that it's basically what everybody's dealing with now. And I love that you brought up that, it's affecting you career-wise, because, oh my gosh, it's affecting so many people in that way. And for you, I know you have like, your books and your blog and the podcast and a lot of things that you can, in this time where you don't have necessarily the work job to go to, you have this time to build up those things that you would not normally have time to do. And I think a lot of people are finding that as well, whether it's another business they've been thinking about, or a hobby they haven't looked at or had time to do in a really long time, or even, as we talk about a lot, introspection, right? In discovering those things about yourself that you might not have wanted to examine before or deal with before. I've definitely noticed a theme lately in the past few months, actually, where people are like making that a priority, whether willingly or not willingly. We can't escape ourselves. A lot of times, without something like a pandemic happening, we have a lot of distractions. We have a lot of things that we choose to focus on that doesn't involve our health and well-being or our emotional well-being. So now that there are no distractions like that, we're kind of, what else are we going to do? So I find a lot of people, whether, as I said, willingly or unwillingly, are looking at that stuff. I know I am, and it's not willingly, but it's good. And I know that it's good. And so it's like, okay, well, now I don't have an excuse. So I'm going to make this a priority for myself as well.
Hey there, thanks for watching this video. If you'd like to watch the extended version where you get the full podcast episode in a video format, just go to patreon.com/high vibe. The link is in the description. That's where you can become a supporter of the show, listen to all the episodes via video format, and each week you get extended versions of the show, meaning you get to see the pregame behind the scenes, and also you get an extended interview with whoever we're guesting, or if it's me and Lindsay, we usually pull cards for you guys, fun stuff like that. So go check it out. There's lots of cool goodies, including a free copy of my book, a free audio hypnosis from Lindsay. She's a hypnotherapist. And yeah, we just want to give you all the goods, all the content. So head over to patreon.com/high vibe to become a Patreon.
Or if you'd rather listen to the rest of this episode, head over to highvibinit.com where you'll see all the links to everywhere that it's getting streamed. Click your favorite one and be sure to subscribe so you don't miss an episode. Thanks for listening.